Mutant Nation, I'm here at Kissimmee Muscle Gym with Jonathan McGrael. Good to meet you. Owner, proud owner. Hey.
Welcome everyone to the world famous Kissimmee Muscle 24-hour gym. I'm Jonathan, face man, front man, man about town. And we'd like to always welcome you to come train with us here.
And you're damn good on camera. We're early in the episode, you already got it down. I'm very excited to be here, man. Of course, this is Olympia Central. We're here at Olympia week. The gym's packed. I haven't filmed in a really busy gym for a little while, you know, at peak time with everyone here visiting. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Just walking in the door, your gym's off the hook, the environment and everything, it's fantastic. So I'm excited to see it. So without further ado, I want to see Kissimmee Muscle.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm Big Ron Partlow, and this is Mutant on a Mission. So, man, you got a lot of stuff in here. How many pieces of equipment in this gym?
So I'm not even sure at this point how many total, but we like to talk about the 85 pieces of leg equipment. So if you come to train and 35 of your friends come to train legs, it's fine.
You're still fine. Yeah.
We've got about 22 linear leg presses.
Oh, no way.
55 pieces of back equipment, 350 45-pound plates.
Oh, nice.
You should be all right to train.
No shortage of iron.
When I was 23, I was training at Gold's Gym in Springfield, Missouri with Chad Nichols, Kim Shazevsky. We had an Icarian leg press.
Right.
This was our main leg press.
Right.
And it was a great piece, but then I went to Gold's Venice and I trained on the Flex linear leg press.
Yep.
And in my mind, that was the one that would do it.
Yeah.
So that was the first one I was trying to get. It took 4 or 5 pieces into it to get that one. Cybex was first here.
Right.
And so you can't watch Blood and Guts and not have a Cybex leg
Yeah,
press.
the old Mark 1.
And I love that
You
one.
bet.
And so Bodymaster came along. The Icarian, surprisingly, once you get them all side by side, you can start doing trade-offs. And I learned a few years back, there's not one that's better. They're just all different.
Mm-hmm. Now you got a bunch of racks and stuff in here.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of deadlifting going on. This is a really cool piece.
It is.
Now you said you just had you got a bunch of stuff from Arsenal.
Yeah.
What made you pick this piece?
So this one's one, almost all of the stuff that we had is the old school stuff. And part of that's just so we can, what I realized, and I realized it when I bought the Cybex kneeling leg curl.
Yeah.
I hadn't used it since 1995 or 6. And then when it got here, when I got on it, I had memories from 1995 or 6.
Yeah.
And so I realized that our travelers that come from all over the world, they had a gym that they loved. And maybe it only had a few pieces of great equipment, but when they get on it, this flood of memories comes back because you're engaging the senses that you used then. And so we stick with a lot of the old school stuff because of that, and because it was better made, and because it was made for function.
Right.
Arsenal's one company that's still trying to make pieces for effect. You got a lot of control in this thing. Straight leg deadlifts, you're kind of lifting the weight. This you can really control it. So you can do glutes, you can do hamstrings, you can do lower back with this thing. And I tend to do it both on erectors and I do it on hamstrings. I don't feel my glutes as much because as you get towards the top, it unloads.
Right.
Straight leg is going to be better for me on that. But everything else, it's just nasty.
If I was doing glutes, I would
put a band on it.
Put a band on it.
Yeah.
That's a really great piece. Let's head to the back room. I heard you have a room where there's a lot of girls training glutes.
There are.
Is that possible?
It is possible.
Let's go have a look.
There's a lot of guys training glutes in there too. Welcome to Glute World.
Hey. So the idea originally, this room, when you took over the gym, this was a separate room.
Yeah.
They weren't, and you had to knock the wall out.
Yeah, we spent $100,000 to bring this back to life.
Bring this back to life.
And we said we'll do some turf work in there. Protect the turf, keep it turf.
Right.
And then one piece came and another piece came and
We'll take a bit of turf.
yeah, we've got enough turf.
And then you realize you get more people using the glutes than using the turf.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because, you know, I cracked the joke about, you know, all the girls training glutes.
Yeah.
But, you know, actually, two guys
two.
training glutes.
Yeah. Sean Clarita did a big piece on the gluteator last time he was here. He said, hey, I got that feedback.
Hey, we're all doing something now,
Yeah.
you know? I don't squat anymore, so I got to do something, right? You got to do something.
2020 Olympia, John Meadows was here, and we had an opportunity to interact with him and work with him.
Yeah.
And he introduced the gym. He said, Kissimmee, am I saying that right? And then he said, Jonathan's gym. And it was just such a special moment because we competed against each other for years. And the fact that he knows that I have a gym and that he's here. And he told me before he left, he said, you know, some gyms are about the equipment. Yours is all environment. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And equipment, right?
Right.
But
the
he was right.
Trumped everything.
The environment trumped everything. Yeah. And so we went to work. And we bought 25 more pieces of equipment and switched out some of that other stuff. And that was before last Olympia. And then since last Olympia, we've got another 70 that we put in here to where now there's not a piece that I would willingly let go of.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so we wanted to make sure that it's equipment. And you can have the equipment right. If the environment's not, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So we had Dorian Yates come in. He got here last Friday. For DY HIIT training. We all just went through the DY HIIT training, so I'm a little hobbly. I may never train again.
A little beat up.
A little beat up. My nervous system's fried. But he came by with Gal the first day and just played on stuff. He was here for about 90 minutes. And he said, Jonathan, this is brilliant. I love this gym. Two things make it perfect. Nautilus bicep machine, Nautilus tricep machine. And then he talked about 6 minutes about the angles of the tricep, which surprised me. I thought he was going to talk about the bicep. Next day, 12 o'clock, we finished the training. I say, Dorian, come on. This wasn't here yesterday.
Okay. So
well, you asked for it.
So now you're going to show us? Okay.
So here it is.
Oh, there you go.
I never know what to do with my other
Big
arm.
man doing triceps.
Karate chop.
Ah.
And you can keep this other arm under stretch the whole time.
Right. You can if you want.
If you want.
Or you can alternate.
Yeah.
Or hit them at the same time.
You could.
Okay.
And the chain, we all just appreciate how it slows everything down for everybody. It's almost like an isokinetic. She can only go but so fast.
Wow, you are locked in.
You cannot move.
Your elbows cannot move.
And you might actually get looser rotator cuffs while you're here.
Yeah, I might actually become more functional by forcing positions that normal people can just get into easily.
Keep your elbows in.
Yeah. So you've got a bunch of great hacks here.
Yep.
And you were telling me that this is your favorite one?
This is my favorite one currently. Currently. But this one's unique, and Jimmy and I really kind of learned this one together. The foot platform's elevated. Bodymaster made 3 different hack squats throughout their family-run business. They're the only ones that weren't bought up and sucked into something else.
Right.
They stuck it out and went bankrupt.
Yeah.
And the patents are still out there. Somebody ought to buy them and start making this stuff.
Yeah.
But this piece was the latest version that they made, elevated foot platform, and when I first used it, I didn't understand it and I didn't like it because it was different than this.
Right.
But what you understand, you have to watch the mechanics on it to understand it, and I'll do it again just to show. And it's all about where the knees go as you track forward.
Because I was saying the platform on this one is actually past 90 degrees.
It is, and it's further up there.
Yeah.
And so everything you do when you train legs, your knees go over your toes.
Yeah.
And then that's the direction that they go. And on this, you'll notice as you get to parallel, that stops and then it starts to go back because your hips are rotating around the knee.
Because of the platform.
So yeah, you've got knee rotation through the first 90 degrees, and then you've got a lot of hip rotation.
Okay.
And you can see how that impacts the hips and the glutes. When you get to about here, things start tracking backwards.
Right. If anything, your knee actually drops back.
It drops back.
You know what I mean?
And show them how to unrack it too, because a lot of people don't use this. Know how to. You lift towards you, and then out. So we're tracking forward, and now you're starting. And you got about another 6 inches you could drop there.
Yeah, because I'm a tall guy.
Yeah, you can drop it into the basement on this thing.
Oh yeah.
And it's just so different. It's more like a squat.
Yeah, it's very noticeable.
Yeah. Versus being out
all
all
a low rack too. You get a little nervous coming down.
Like I don't know if I can re-rack it. To us, we realized after the first 2 Olympias that bodybuilders aren't our main focus. I'm a bodybuilder, we're bodybuilders, we love bodybuilding.
Yeah.
We created a gym that the highest level of bodybuilders can be proud to train in. But travelers are our bread and butter. 70% of our business, travelers from all over the world. And so it doesn't matter if you're Mr. Olympia or if you need to drop 10 pounds for a wedding, people here are serious.
Yeah.
We're gonna take care of you when you're here.
Yeah.
You're a traveler, you're Mr. Olympia, I don't care, we're gonna take care of you when you're here. You're gonna get your workouts in.
Yeah.
And then we're part of your memories, we're part of your stories for decades. You have stories about the great gyms you trained at.
Oh man.
And that's all we ever wanted, was to have something that meant something to people.
Yeah.
You know, so we can, it's temporary.
I know.
It's Japanese sand art. The wind's gonna come along one day and it's gone. But today, we get to train.
So Mutant Nation, Kissimmee Muscle Gym 247. Thanks for having me, John.
Thank you.
Obviously, I still got to train, so I'm going to pound out a workout.
Let's do it.
Kissimmee Muscle 247.
World famous.
There you go. Mutant Nation, I'm about to lift some weights. So of course, if you're going to come to Kissimmee and you're a traveler, because like John was telling us, it's a traveler's gym, I'm going to add my pin. I see a few from Vancouver already, but I'm going to try to get it right where West Coast Iron might be. I'm just going to take a bit of a guess, right about there. So there's the red pin. Big Ron from West Coast Iron in Port Coquitlam, BC. There we go. We're on the map. I'm into my chest workout at Kissimmee here. Having a good one. The gym's packed. It's Olympia week. Everyone's arriving, so it's really good energy in here. You got to use the pieces that are free. Of course, no plan B. Go Sean Clarita. Boom, boom. He's just over there actually, but we're not going to bug him right now. Okay. We're gonna have a good solid chest workout here. Real good sign is when you get a good pump off your first work set. That's something that you should strive to get that every time you train. It shouldn't take you 2-3 exercises to get a really good pump. If that's not happening, you've got something you got to correct, either hydration, electrolytes, diet. Make sure you're ready to train. I'm going to try to rest pause this and get a couple extra reps. So I'm going to go to that fail rep, and then I'm going to take about 15-20 seconds rest. I'm going to try to get a couple more reps. Just a real simple rest pause. Okay, hang tight. We're gonna do one more rest pause. Try to get one more single. There we go. One thing you want to do on pec deck is you'll find you're doing your quality reps and then it starts to get heavy. And what people start to do is they start to go like this. They start to kind of like try to finish the rep, but you're better off keeping your form really good and just letting yourself struggle against that fail point and then go back at it again. I think you're better off to keep your form and maximize the stress on the pec rather than dialing down the stress and, you know, bringing in other things. So that's how I do things on the pec deck. Remember, when you come to the gym, Olympia week, the most important thing is what people think you've been doing, right? You want them to think you've been getting ready for this, you know? Okay, there we go. Is anyone looking? See, but it works, right? Because now I got a little bit of a bicep pump, a little bit, and now I'm walking around training chest. And I can just tell everyone else, just how I know, that's how I look. you're on the road or you're on holidays or traveling for work or whatever, and you got to get your workouts in, I definitely think it's a good idea to somewhat forget your logbook or your normal typical stuff, just with so many variables. You know, like I moved 3 hours ahead and I only got 6 hours of sleep. So I'm sort of all over the place. And you know, your meals aren't right and everything. So obviously you still want to have killer workouts, but have some fun. Don't slave yourself to today's hack squats and you're on vacation. Like, just go in. I'm like, oh, they got this leg press, and just have fun. You know, that's one of the things about traveling and going to gyms is I think it's actually beneficial to just have a fun road workout, you know? So, and they can still train as hard as possible, but just, you don't have to lock yourself into all this stuff. Just, you know, you're on the road, like, enjoy yourself. Boom. Chest is smoked. That's chest. But I'm not done yet. I'm gonna do a little bit of arms. I haven't decided if it's biceps or triceps yet, but I will decide after I unload this. We're set up on the old Strive Preacher Curl. There's a lot you can do on this. I'm just loading it in the middle right now. Gonna pound a couple of good sets and then I might use the post. So we'll see how it feels. Anything you have to break form by 5 to 10% depending on the exercise, that's failure. So if you're doing your reps perfect and you have to, like, you know, put a little bit of body language into there, technically you're hitting failure. You know, and then how extreme that gets, it depends on you and the exercise. But keep it safe, smart. Sometimes on these shoot days, you know, I'll give you a quick rundown, just most people don't know, and well, most people don't care, but for those of you that do, you know, typically I'd have, you know, 2 or 3 meals in me before I train, but you know, today we got up, I had a small breakfast. The buffet was actually not good this morning. I had some scrambled eggs and like a little bit of oatmeal, that was it. And then that was at like, what time is it now? That was at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And then with all the shooting and stuff, I had a bar before we shot. And now it's 3 in the afternoon. I haven't had a second meal yet, but I've been drinking a ton of aminos, EAAs, and I'm very hydrated, and I had some salt in my water and everything, so I'm still having a good workout. So a lot of people think that food is what dictates their workout, but I don't think it is. I think you have to be generally well fed. But I think that hydration and electrolytes play a much larger role in whether or not you can have a good workout, you know, 3 hours since you ate or 4 hours since you ate, you know. So don't be such a slave to, you know, that sort of stuff. There's always going to be a day where you miss a meal or something, but if you're hydrated and you've got your salt in you and you've got good blood volume, you can still have a killer workout. Oh, nice. Again, you want
to be aware of all the details. You want to pay attention to all the details, but don't be a slave to letting small details dictate whether your day's good or not. You know, just suck up whatever happened, get your workout done. I want to thank everybody here. Like I said, great gym. So I just want to thank John one more time. Thank Kissimmee Muscle, Olympia weekend. I'm Big Ron. I'm out.